Okay, so first thing we're going to do is log into our LeadSquared account. So yesterday we built a landing page, and today we're going to build an email that will drive traffic to that landing page. Okay, so we're going to start by going to the content library, and we're going to go to emails. So here's a list of all your previous emails that you've potentially built. And then there's also some default ones that the system will generate for you in your account. But today we're going to start by going and building our own email. We're going to use this visual designer, which is nice and easy drag and drop. You can use a rich text editor, or you can use HTML. I suggest using this visual designer. It's the easiest and best looking one. Okay, so here is your basic layout. These bottom two rows are automatically in here and you cannot remove them. It's just your unsubscribe and all of that. So you must always leave those in. So here is a content block. This one will be an image block. This one here is a text block. But what we're going to do is we're going to remove them so we can start from scratch. So this is a row. On the right hand side here, we've got a couple different row options. So this is a full row like this one here. Then you can have 2 columns in your row, different sizing, and 3 and 4 and so on. So for the first one, we're going to start with a full row, and then we're going to go to our content block on the right hand side here, and we're going to select an image. So you just click on drag on the block and you drop it in. And now it has inserted an image here. So we'll go browse, image library, and here is all the images you've uploaded in the past. So we'll click on our logo, and it's a little bit big for my liking. So we'll go to the right hand side here and we can just shrink the logo down a little bit. So that's that. And we're going to give it a little bit of space below it. So we'll come down right to the bottom here. We'll go more options on the padding. And at the bottom, we will give it a bit more padding. The next we're going to do is insert a row. And what we're going to do is insert a row like this. So we've got 2 content blocks that we can use. So we shall put in a image in the first block and then a text block into the second one. So there we go. So we'll search for our images and we're going to insert our profile pic, for instance. Okay, so we've clicked on our image block and we're going to go down to the bottom and we're going to give it some padding on the left hand side. So we'll go 20, and then that's fine. And then at the bottom, we'll give it another 20. And then to edit our text block, we've clicked off our image. Guys, feel free to ask questions as we go. You can either unmute yourself and actually just ask it, or you can type it into the text box, the chat box if you want. So over here, we're going to just double click on our text and we'll get the text editor that comes to the top here. And now we can put in our own text. So we're going to start by, say, adding a merge tag. And we're going to go lead first name. We'll go hi. And then you can put your message in. Yeah. So we put our message in, and now we're going to link it to the landing page that we had built yesterday. I'm going to show you two ways to do that. So the first way, what we're going to do is just open landing pages in a new tab. And here's our landing page that we built yesterday. So what we're going to do is go over hover over the cog and go down to the bottom and it says get landing page URL. So we'll click on that and it brings up this. So we will copy that, close, and go back to our email. And now we're going to add a text link. So we're going to highlight the part we want the link to be. And we're going to go to this link icon and go insert link. And we will paste the landing page link in there. Don't want to underline it. And there. And now, as you can see, it's changed color. And that's showing you that there's a link there. And now we're just going to okay, so there we go. And now we're going to add in some more images. So we're going to go to our row and we'll go down to this 3-block column. And you're just going to drag it and drop. You can put it above if you want. If you've placed it in the wrong space, just come to the right-hand side here where your arrow is, and then you can drop it down. So we're going to add an image in here, and an image in here, image in here. So we'll browse this. We'll say insert this one. Browse. Insert this one. And browse. Insert this one. Okay. We can give them a bit of space because, as you can see, they're all touching each other. If you like that, that's great. If not, we come down to this padding here and we'll go more options. So we'll say add 10 to the right, 20 to the left, and then click on the next one. We'll go 10 to the right, 10 to the left. The last one, 10, 10. Okay, so we've placed our images now. For instance, if you had 3 different properties or 3 different products, what you can do is if you click on the image, if you on the right-hand side here, you scroll down to actions and you can put a link in here. So the link will take you to, say, 3 different properties or a different image, different product that you are selling, if that's what you're doing. So there we go. We've got our images now. So you can do that, and then you just click on the next one, paste your link. Go to the next one, paste your link. We're going to add in another row if you want. We'll do a full width row this time. And this time we're going to add in a call to action. So we'll take our button. We'll put our button in here. Click that. Give this back. And we're going to send this to our landing page that we built. So we've placed that in the actions here. We've pasted the link in there. To edit it, here we go. Just below your action, now you can change the color to match your company profile. You can change your fonts at the top here by double-clicking on it. Same with this. Highlight it all, change your fonts. And then lastly, we want to add our content, but we don't need to add a new row. We're just going to add it below the button here. But when we add some social icons, we will take the social icons and just drag it and then drop it in here. So we click on the social icons option here, and on the right-hand side here, we've got our options. To start, we can pick, we've got a couple different options for the icons, how you want them to look. I'm going to take white ones, but of course you can't see them. Do those ones. I will do light gray ones. And then below here, you've got your choice of social media platforms that you use. If you don't use Twitter, we can move that, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and then we can add new ones. So you've got your Facebook, you've got YouTube, and you've got these other ones if you use them. So we'll do those three. And as you can see, at the moment, the link is just going to take you to the Facebook page or YouTube or LinkedIn. So what we do, we'll open a new tab quickly and then go to YouTube. We'll go to our page. We'll copy the URL out the top here. Go back to our email builder, or the YouTube, and we'll paste it there. We'll open another tab, go to our Facebook. We'll copy the URL out of here again, paste that for our Facebook, and then the last one we'll do is LinkedIn. And we've pasted our URL, our social links. Okay, now that we're happy, if we're happy with our logo, our layout, what we're going to have to do before we can do anything is send a test to ourselves. No, what we'll do is we'll save it here because we'll do the test when you're setting up the campaign now. So we'll save this. And then save and publish. It's very important to save and publish. If you don't save and publish it, it will not go to your email library. Oh, very important. I forgot that step. actually name your template correctly so that you know what it is when you're needing to use it again. So. You can put your subject line in here if you want, or you can do it in the next step when we get to actually building the email campaign. So we'll save and publish it again. Okay, so if we go to our email library now, as you can see, there is our email that we're using. So now to build your email campaign that you're going to send it out to everyone, we'll go to marketing, email campaigns. Was everyone good with how we built the email? Didn't lose anybody there, didn't go too fast. Cool. So here is all your past email campaigns. So what we're going to do is create a new email campaign. Give the campaign a name. You can give it a category if you want. It's not necessary. And then we're going to use the email template. And again, you can use the HTML or copy from a sent email, but we're going to use the email template because we already built the email template in the previous step. And then as you can see here are all the email templates. There's more pages. So any email template that you've built in the past will be sitting in here. So here's the email we built just now. We're going to use that. So we'll just click on it, say next. Okay, and as you can see, our email is here and it's exactly the way we built it. You can go here and go to your subject. So we can do that. And then if you want to personalize the subject line, what you do, you come over here and you copy out your merge tag. And we will paste that in there. And now it will pull the leads details through into that. And we get here and we realize that we didn't add in our own signature, for instance. So what we're going to do, we'll go to content, add a text block, and we're going to put it above the social. So what we're going to do here is highlight this, add merge tags, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to go send a signature. That if you have send a signature, it will pull through your signature that you've set up in your settings over here. Or you can just add your sender full name. Okay, so now it will automatically pull through all the details. I'm just going to change this. Okay, so now it will pull those details through, and if we're happy with this, before we can go to the next step, it's going to ask us to do a test mail. So if we go to the top here, we go test content, and I'm going to send it to myself, and we're going to hit send. So now what's going to happen is you're going to get a mail. Let me just change my sharing. Okay, so it sometimes comes through here. So you're going to use, as you can see, I've got 2 emails. You can see my Outlook screen here, correct? So you're going to get 2 emails. If you click on the first one, as you can see, it's got my details here. Obviously, I haven't set my phone number up. That's why I didn't pull it through. It's pulled my name through here. And that's brilliant. Then it's really good to check all your links. So we click on the link. It should that's not spam. Okay, so if I click on my link, as you can see, it takes us to the landing page we built yesterday. Brilliant. I'll go back here, check my Facebook link, and brilliant, taking me to Facebook, YouTube. That is probably one of the most important things to do, is to actually check all your links. So many times people send out their emails and then they say, not getting any responses, we didn't do this. And then when they actually look again, they didn't send, check all their links. So last one to check is that one there, and that works. So we'll close that one again. So that everything there is working perfectly. So this is the HTML email, and this is how most people will see it. Sometimes people have it set up that they don't want to receive HTML mails, and they want to receive a plain text mail. There's nothing that we can do that. That's just how they've set it up. Sometimes on mobile they'll do that. Sometimes on their computers they'll do that. But it's not often that people do that. So if we look at the second one now, this is the rich text email, or the plain text email. As you can see, the lead details still pull through, but your links are all there still, but it doesn't look nice. When you actually send your campaign out, people will only receive the one email, but yeah, when you do your test, you'll receive both. So we're happy with our email now. So we'll come back here, how to build landing pages, and we can hit save, and then next. Next. So now we get to our recipient lists. So we can do a search. If we have a look here, here's all our lists that we've built in the past. If you don't see a list that you are specifically looking for, we can always create a new list. So we can go add, create a recipient list. Activity is add. So you can do a search here for specific things that you're looking for. All I've done is activity is a form submitted on a website. And we'll go find leads. And now I've got a list of everyone that's filled in a form. And what we're going to do is save it as a dynamic list. This way that so that way the list will constantly be updated with anyone that fills in a form, so that later down the road when you're wanting to send out another campaign, and you can use that same list, for instance. But you could have your thing set up as just about anything you wanted. So now we'll click on the one's thinking. So we'll click on our list here and we'll find here's the list that we created. So we'll click on that list. If you're wanting to add a suppression list, so for instance, we've added this list where it's anyone that's filled in a form, but you could say do anyone in Rampart Ridge, for instance. If that list was anyone that's from Rampart Ridge, and then this one you can say excluding people from X list, or excluding a price bracket, or whatever your thing is. So then what it will do is it will look at the complete list and send everyone in this, except if they fall into this category as well. So then it will just send the next. So now that we've got our list set up, we can add marketing tags here. This just will help us track the people once they come into once they're in LeadSquared, and what email campaigns they've had. So we'll go that one. We'll save it. And then next. Okay, so we can save it now. And go next. And now we're going to do a quick review over the campaign. Next. So as you can see here, that's the template name, from name. You send it to 34 emails. The list is 43, but only 34 are going to receive it. So that is potentially people that have unsubscribed, or in the past that their emails have bounced, things like that. So there's 43 leads in the list, but the number of recipients is only 34 out of the 43. And then as you can see at the bottom here, you can preview your HTML, your plain text. Once we're happy with this, we'll go next. And now you get to the scheduling. You can send the campaign immediately. So if you want to do that, send campaign now, and then hit send now. So the tags are, for instance, this is an email, how to build an email webinar. So I'll put that tag in to the tag, say how to build an email webinar. And then in the leads, you probably see what tags the people have received. That way it just makes it easy to see what they've done and things like that. And then if you want to schedule it, so we can click here and you can specify a day, time, and I've gone blank. Time zone. There we go. So then you'll hit schedule, and then the campaign will be scheduled to do that. But we're not going to do that, so we're just going to save and exit. Okay, so now our email campaign is here. If we had scheduled it or sent it immediately, it would have a scheduled date in this field here. Let's go down to the bottom one. So if we look at this one here, here's the scheduled date over here. Let's do this so I can get to the top. Okay, so for instance, this one here has got the scheduled date and time that it was sent out, the last activity on the campaign. We didn't give it an email category. That was in the beginning where you had the choice to do newsletter or promotional. The number of recipients that it went to. And then after 20 minutes, you'll actually get your report where it will tell you how many clicks, how many opens, and all of that. If you click on the name of your email, it will actually bring you a more detailed report of your email campaign. It's always really good to track your email campaigns to see how they're doing, and that way you know what's going. So it was delivered to one, and then the second one bounced, as you can see from this. So we'll go back here. So yes, so that's how to build an email template and then building an email campaign. Do you guys have any questions?
Hi, Adrian. Thank you so much for the presentation. It was really, really interesting. I just have 3 questions for you, though.
Sure.
One is, I missed yesterday's training. Will I be able to subscribe for another session maybe next week?
Yes. Next week, Tuesday, is another How to Build a Landing Page webinar. And then on the Wednesday, we'll go over doing an email and email campaign again.
Okay, so I can
send you the recording if you want.
Yes, please. Or otherwise, I'll subscribe for next week's sessions as well, because I think this ties in perfectly with yesterday's session. So if it's possible, I can subscribe for next week's sessions again with you guys.
Yeah, perfect. You've still got the link to the landing page that had the registrations on it.
Yes, yes. So I'll just use that same link then.
Yeah, then just go right down to the bottom, and then there'll be the last 2 in the session.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you. Also, the other thing you answered 2 of my questions already. The last one is just out of interest's sake. What is this costs? Because this is a very interesting, amazing tool. I'm subscribing to become an estate agent now, and this is something that will really make life so much easier, and it looks so professional as well, which will help with your image out there. What is the cost with revolving around this? Because it's an amazing tool that you definitely have to have.
The costs start at $8.99 a month per user, but
yes,
and then it goes up to $13,999 if I remember correctly. But if you go to LeadSquared.co.za, you'll be able to see there on the pricing page. It's got all the details of what you get in each of the modules and all of that. Or I can get one of our internal salespeople to give you a call.
Okay, I'll send you an email with my details, and we can have a chat about that as well. So I can just get all the costs and what we are looking for. And I always admired people using these tools. I never knew it was this easy. So thanks for making things like this easy for us. It's really amazing.
It's an absolute pleasure.
That's awesome. Thanks. That's all my questions. And thank you so much for the presentation. It really meant a lot. I learned a lot, especially as well.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hi, Adrian.
Hi.
Quick question. The emails, when you send out a campaign, those that unsubscribe,
Yeah.
on the next campaign, if you're doing the same area, will the emails go through still, or
No.
does it just bounce?
If anyone unsubscribes, the system will automatically won't send an email to them again. So let's go here. Let me just see if I can find somebody who has unsubscribed, and then I'll show you. So Richard unsubscribed. So if we click on the lead, you can see here, David has opted out from email communication. So it doesn't matter what we do, the system will not send this person another email. We can phone them and then take it from there, but he will not allow us to email him, and the system won't do it.
Even if it's a personalized email?
Yeah, even if it's a personal email, it won't do it. Even if I click here, send email, it will not go through because he's unsubscribed.
Okay, so what if they just choose to unsubscribe from promotional emails? Would they then be able to receive a personal email?
Yes, they should be able to do that. That's a good question. But yes, I think that's possible. That in the beginning, when you set up, it's a newsletter, it's a promotional item. If they unsubscribe from one of those, then you'll still be able to send them a personal email, but not a promotional one.
Okay, thank you. That answers my questions.
Okay, cool. If that's all, thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you at our next session.